Hi, I'm Ms. B with ICES Education at Bud Carson Middle School for the city of Hawthorne, and today we're going to learn how to make confetti eggs. These are a great alternative to the plastic eggs that you can find in the supermarket because they're earth-friendly. To begin this project, we're going to need an egg, a bowl to put the yolk and the insides inside the egg into the bowl so we don't waste the egg, a chopstick or some sort of stick or something that's clean so you can poke around on the insides of the egg so you can get it out, and something a little bit sharp like a tack. Make sure that you clean it before you use it for this project, okay? So to begin, you're going to poke a hole into your egg, maybe even tap it down just to crack it, and in those cracks you're going to start poking the shell away. So very carefully with your hands, you're going to remove the shells because you don't want to eat that. So you want a hole about the size of a dime or so. And then you take your stick, make sure to poke the yolk, and you're going to slowly let the egg drip out. This might take a while. You can keep stirring the chopstick or your stick in there to help it along. Okay, so we're going to set the insides of the egg aside. We don't need that for this project, but make sure you use it up so you don't waste food. And now we have our empty egg. So with this egg, you're going to want to rinse the inside, get all the last bits of egg in it, and then set it aside for an hour or two so it can dry completely. For the confetti egg, you're going to need some confetti. If you don't have any confetti lying around, that's okay. We can make our own. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper. It can be any type of paper, even scrap paper if you have it. Some scissors and a 3-hole punch. So you're going to start off with cutting your paper into strips. And you're going to get your 3-hole punch. I'm going to line it up, make a punch, and then you're going to move the paper a little bit down, and then make another punch, and then move it a little bit down, and another punch, move it a little bit down, and another punch. And then at some point you're going to run out of paper to go into the top of it, but you're still going to be able to punch holes into this one and this one. And you can see from the side the holes that are being made into your paper. So just keep track of the holes. Just keep moving down the line until you run out of space to punch holes on that side. Just like that. And then we can open up our 3-hole punch. And we have some homemade confetti. And then you can collect it in a little bowl so it doesn't make a mess everywhere. And if you want colored confetti, you can take a marker or crayons or colored pencils, anything you have, and you can color the paper. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just quickly scribble it Give it a second to dry. And then we're going to do the same thing. If you only color one side, only one side will be colored once you cut it. The other side will still be white. So if you want both sides of the confetti to be blue or whatever color you choose, make sure to color both sides. So we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to put it into our hole puncher. Punch a hole, move it down, punch a hole, move it down, punch a hole, move it down. Okay. Once again, we can open it up. And our pieces of confetti are inside. Once again, they go into the cup or the little bowl. And there you go, confetti. If you do not have a 3-hole punch, you don't need one for this project. You can also just use what you have. If you have a pair of scissors, then use your pair of scissors and you can grab your little cup, cut smaller strips of paper. Make sure to be very careful when you're cutting. And from here, you can just cut small little pieces of the paper and collect it in a little bowl. And if you don't have scissors, but you do have paper, you can always just tear little pieces. Always just use what you have. And that works just as well. It's still going to make confetti. It's still going to work. Okay, and you can color the paper any color you want. Use multiple colors, 1 color, 2 colors, paint, anything you have. Once your egg is completely dry, you can even stick your finger in there and test it if it's completely dry. You're ready to add your confetti. So for this step, we're going to need some glue, some tissue paper, and your confetti. So you're going to get your confetti and start filling the egg. Fill it up as much as you want. This step can get a little messy, as you can see. So just have fun with it. It's okay if you get confetti everywhere, as long as you clean it up afterwards. Okay. Just fill it up as much as you want. You don't have to put all the confetti in there, just as long as there is some confetti in the egg. So Once you're ready, once you think your egg is sufficiently full, as far as you want it, you're going to take a piece of your tissue paper that is big enough to cover the hole. Maybe cut it down a little bit so it's not too big. That looks good. I'm going to get your glue. And put glue onto your egg. Be very gentle so you don't break the egg. And then you can spread the glue with your finger just like this. Wipe the glue off. Get your piece of tissue and pat it down. This tissue has 2 layers to it, so if you want, you can take one of the layers off. You only need 1 layer for this. And just smooth down the tissue as much as possible. As you can see here, there's a little corner that keeps wanting to pop up. You can just put a little spot of glue onto that piece. Smooth it down. Get it as smooth as possible. Maybe reinforce the corners with a little bit more glue. Just keep smoothing it down. Okay, and you can hear the confetti in it if you shake it. And you're just going to set this aside with this side up so it doesn't get glued down to your table or anything. And you're just going to let it dry for about 15 minutes or so. Just once you touch it and it's completely dry, you're ready for the next step. Once your egg is completely dry, you are ready to decorate your egg. So to decorate it, you can use any supplies you have laying around. Here I have some markers, a pencil, and some paint. So when you're painting on your egg or drawing on your egg, just make sure to be very careful. Very gentle so you don't break your egg. And just decorate it any way you like. And here I have a little piece of scrap plastic. Always make sure, be very gentle with your egg. And when you're painting the bottom, this tissue paper is very thin. So just be very, very careful on this part. Just as gentle as you possibly can be. And just keep painting your egg. And just continue to paint until your entire egg is covered in paint or until you're happy with the egg. You also don't need to paint it or decorate it in any way, because if that's what you want to do, then that's completely fine too. So just keep working on it until your egg is completely the way you like it. So once you are done painting your egg and decorating it, you're all set. You can go hide this in your garden and have an Easter egg hunt. If you are stuck inside right now, that doesn't mean you can't have an Easter egg hunt. So just grab your eggs and then place them around your house for people to find. So once they find the egg, they can go ahead and break the egg open, and inside is your confetti.